Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be reviewing Dungeons & Dragons, Chronicles of Mystara. Dungeons & Dragons is one of those cult hits where even if you haven't heard of it, you at least know of it. The franchise itself has been just about everywhere. The original tabletop game has crossed into video games, movies, cartoons, books, comics, and toys. The franchise was started by two men, the late Gary Gygax and the late David Ardson. The franchise has had numerous video games made based off it over the years. One such company that was allowed to obtain the license and create games based off the franchise was Capcom. This resulted in the creation of two arcade games, Tower of Doom, created in 1994, and Shadow over Mystara, created in 1996. These two classic games are available in a compilation named Chronicles of Mystara. Today, we'll be talking about the PlayStation 3 version currently available on the PlayStation Network. Tower of Doom is the first game in Capcom's Dungeons & Dragons anthology. The game can be played either solo or with a maximum of 4 players, the same exact way the original arcade version was. The game gives you 4 characters to choose from: the fighter, the elf, the cleric, and the dwarf are the 4 players you get to choose. From this point on, you'll fight your way through 7 chapters, culminating in the fight with the evil dark wizard Deimos. Even though at its core this is really just a standard beat-em-up game, this is one of the earliest games to have RPG elements without actually being considered an RPG. The player will gain levels as they fight through the game, and the story itself is pretty much what you would expect from a DandD game. Save the land, kill the monsters, defeat the dark wizard, yada yada yada. Now with that said, the game was very good for the time it was made. However, it was certainly made to take a backseat to the sequel that came out 2 years later. Shadow over Mystara was the sequel to Tower of Doom. Almost everything about this game was improved over Tower of Doom. The graphical sprites have more detail, and the movement is a lot more fluid. For the most part, all the previous game's gameplay elements have been improved, as well as having some new ones added, such as being able to attack foes while they're down. The player's roster also grew from 4 to 6. The fighter, the elf, the cleric, and the dwarf are all back, but now they're joined by the thief and the magician. Now in terms of length, this game is actually a little bit longer than the Tower of Doom. And in terms of chronology, the game takes place about 2 years after the original game. Now it's hard to say whether or not that's a coincidence, since the games were also released 2 years apart. And most notably, you still gain levels as you fight and progress through the game, just like you did in the Tower of Doom. Now both of these games have branching paths, which in turn means the players can run through different levels depending on which option they choose given the chance. This also allows the players to have at least a little bit of a variety in the game. Each path comes with different monsters to fight, and that also means having different treasures to collect. It's also worth noting that some treasures can only be found from certain characters. So, if you're going to be one of those people that are completionists, just know that there will be some repetitiveness in this regard. As with many of the anthology games that Capcom released on PSN during the PS3 era, the game comes with an in-game gold system and a vote for unlocks. Playing through both games and getting in-game achievements is how you get vault points, better known as VP. These points allow you to open concept art, music, and gameplay tweaks. Overall, the 2 games that make up this compilation are a fun trip down memory lane. They're a glimpse into what arcade gaming in the 1990s was. Now for anyone that likes beat-em-up games, there's nothing I could, or would for that matter, say to discourage you from buying this. This is actually still available on PSN for the PlayStation 3. I would personally suggest buying this, assuming you still have your PlayStation 3 hooked up, or working for that matter. Not to mention, these 2 games are very glaring omissions from Capcom's beat 'em up collection that was currently released on the PlayStation 4. Now for some people, games like these might be considered dated to their liking, but that's okay, to each their own. But if anyone has that particular gripe, I would say try something like Dragon's Crown or Dragon's Crown Pro, since that game is basically a modern DandD beat 'em up game anyway. Hey everyone, thanks for taking the time to stay until the end of the video. I just want to take a moment to let everyone know about our weekly and monthly giveaways. We give PSN or Amazon cards to a random member every Saturday. And at the end of the month, we give out a full-blown physical game. Now, to have a shot at winning the goods, all anyone has to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Twitch channel, or our website and leave a comment. To be fair, it's probably good that you join up to all three, just to give you a better chance. Now there are times that we actually give PayPal money instead, in case we can't find a card or a game for whatever region that the winner hails from. Now, if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave a comment or see the details at the website. Thanks everyone, and I hope you all have a great day.